Hey, what is going on, everybody? It is Jacob. In this video, I want to talk to you about 3 of the biggest myths that I hear about driving traffic, running traffic, generating traffic, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Now, I work with a lot of people who are getting started in the space, a lot of affiliate marketers. And in that space in particular, there's a lot of bullshit and a lot of mistruths around traffic generation, and all those kind of things. A lot of people think that traffic's the big secret, traffic's the missing thing. A lot of the times it's probably more a conversion problem, because traffic's not actually that hard to get when you know what you're doing, okay? But in this one in particular, we're going to dive into 3 big myths that I hear so we can get them debunked, off the table. You can forget about it and you can move on with whatever you want to do from a traffic perspective. Now, if you're not currently having clicks or traffic or leads or whatever coming in on a daily basis, hopefully this will help give you some clarity around all of the stuff that's out there around traffic. It'll help you narrow in and choose what you want to focus on and all those kind of things, okay? If you've got any questions throughout this video, drop them below and I'll do my best to get back to you. If you want to, jump into something that's ready to go from a full strategy perspective, so you don't have to worry about any of this stuff and you can just follow a framework. You still have to do the work, but you can follow a proven framework to generate traffic, generate sales, grow a personal brand, build an audience, monetize, all those kind of things. Check out the Super Affiliate Accelerator. If you're the action taking type and you like what you see and you want to jump in, you can do that. Or below that, I'm going to put a second link as well, which will take you over to a slightly longer case study video that you can watch, which walks you through my approach to high ticket affiliate marketing and the 4-part framework that I've put together that served me very well with the variety of companies that I've generated multiple 6 figures with. I built my own affiliate systems, all that kind of stuff. That framework works really well, so you can check that out in the case study video, which is the second link below that you can check out. And you can actually book a call with someone on my team if you've got questions about the Super Affiliate Accelerator or any of our other programs, and you need to get some questions answered before you decide if it's a good fit for you or not. Okay, so check those links out. Subscribe to the channel, give the video a like if you get any value. But let's dive into this one. So in this one, we're talking about three of the biggest myths when it comes to driving traffic. Okay, now number 1 is one that keeps so many beginners stuck. I think once people have been in the internet marketing space for a little while, they realize this, but it still kind of blows my mind how many people get sucked into this trap, right? And the first one, we use our fancy whiteboard here, is the elusive secret traffic source. Okay, now if you spent any length of time in the affiliate marketing world, maybe even the network marketing world, I'm not really in that space, so I don't really know how things are, but any of these lower barrier to entry internet marketing areas, secret traffic sources are always a thing that gets thrown around, because everyone thinks that's what they're missing, right? It can't possibly be the offer. It can't possibly be the conversion system. It can't possibly be that my mindset's all over the place. It can't possibly be that I've not actually done any of the work. It has to be the secret traffic source that I'm missing, okay? So let's get that one off the table. That is an absolute load of crap, okay? Now look, there's some traffic networks out there that you probably aren't aware of, but you don't really need to be, okay? All of the big players are getting their traffic from where people hang out, right? Social media, be that in an organic way or in a paid way, and that's going to be something we're going to talk about a little bit later in this video. But traffic is people. You got to go where people are hanging out, and then it becomes more of a conversion thing where it's like, okay, what do I need to say to get these people to take further steps to actually convert into leads and then to convert into buyers. So it's not actually that hard to get in front of people. You can do it organically or you can pay to do it. It's not really the traffic that's the problem, right? There's basically an infinite amount of traffic out there on very non-secret traffic sources on the platform that you're currently watching this video on, or on Facebook or on Instagram or on Google, wherever, right? Like there is basically for the purposes that we need to consider it in, there is an infinite amount of traffic out there. It's not actually that hard to get in front of them. Some of the organic strategies take a bit more time, but it's usually the conversion strategies that are being used that are the problem. Okay, so if you feel like you've been missing out on anything when it comes to secret traffic sources, you can cross that one out. Okay, all you need to worry about is the big platforms that you know, that you probably use, that you spend probably too much time on, like most people do. They're the places that you need to go to get your traffic. Okay, now we can circle back to this, but you don't want to use all of them. Okay, that's a big problem I see beginners run into, right? So maybe they get past this fact of going, okay, there's no secret traffic sources out there. I'm going to listen to Jacob. I'm going to move past that. But the next thing that they fall into, the next problem off that is they don't know which one to use, right? So this turns into another problem, which is that they try and do YouTube, and they try and do a blog, and they try and do Facebook, and then they try and go on Instagram, and then they're going to try and do LinkedIn, and then they're going to try and grow their email list with ads, and then they're going to try to do a Facebook group. And all of a sudden, the secret thing starts to look a bit more attractive, because now you've got all of these balls up in the air that you're trying to juggle. Okay, so without segueing too far off the direct topic of this video of these 3 quick tips, you got to pick one. Guys, like, stop trying to do all of these things. Focus in on one to get started, okay? Now, I've got my views on what's the best. If you want to learn what that stuff is in great detail, you can jump into the accelerator program. I've spoken about it on this channel, but you need to make that decision. Whatever program you jump into, whatever platform suits you, narrow in on one so that you can really focus on it, and master that, nail that, and then you can look at adding and stacking other platforms, or stacking paid traffic if you start with free, or stacking organic platforms if you start with paid. Okay, but once you move past this, a lot of people get stuck into this trap. Don't try and do too many. Narrow it down to one, okay, and that will serve you really well. Okay, that's the first one. There's no secret traffic sources, so don't get sold on that shit. Don't go looking for them because they're not out there. Focus on the big platforms, all right? And that brings me to number 2, right? And this is a big debate between a lot of people online. I think more people spend time arguing about this than actually doing anything with either of these things and getting results, which may be a reason why so many people struggle. But it's the whole paid versus organic. Okay, now the big myth is that paid marketing is like, set up an ad, set up my funnel, turn it on, watch the cash roll in or the commissions roll in, whatever whatever you're selling. Not going to happen. On the flip side, the organic perception is that organic is slow, organic is really painful, all these kind of things. Now look, you can fall out wherever you want on that argument. Paid is definitely not set and forget and isn't as beautiful and as powerful as everyone suggests. At scale, you're going to be cranking through different ad creatives, you're going to be testing different targeting, you're going to be spending a ton of money, and things can change really quickly. You're going to be dealing with ad accounts getting shut down, you're going to be dealing with ads getting disapproved, especially in the space where you're talking about money. It's a constant management of those ads, right? Like constant management. On the flip side, sure, organic typically does take longer to build momentum, but when your ad account gets shut down, you've got something to fall back on, right? So you're building up these audiences. You can connect more directly with people in a lot of ways. You can really build up these tribes and these environments where people can hang out, and you can acquire customers for free. So your profit margin, right, while not happening as quickly and not as at scale, if you want to throw a buzzword around, as with paid traffic, your cost per acquisition is effectively zero. Yes, there's some time involved, but you're building up an asset. But your cost, your actual dollar cost out to acquire those customers is zero, right? Which means your profit margin is going to be higher, which is obviously advantageous. Okay, so that's the second one, is the whole paid v free debate, right? Now, look, don't get sucked into the big, clusterfuck on social media, arguing about all this shit. One's better than the other, whatever. It's all bullshit. You need to figure out what fits best for you and what fits best for your situation. Okay, now look, here's my recommendation. Typically, The people that I work with are earlier on in their career with internet marketing, or they might have been around for a while, but they haven't, cracked it, so to speak. And those people are very rarely in a position where they've got the skills to do this, or the budget, or the right mindset, right? So there's three things: the skills, the budget, and the mindset. Skills being the copy skills, the sales skills for the funnel, the follow-up, right? The actual skills to do the targeting and to optimize and to scale the ads, right? Like skills and the strategy across the board. That's not a bad thing. It's just that you don't have the experience, right? That's the same as anything. You're going to get crushed by someone who's got more experience, and it's competitive. And budget, you've got to test. It's not going to be a matter of I'm just going to flick it on and it's going to work, right? And so unless you've got the coin sitting there to spend, you're going to be every day going, oh shit, money's going out, it's not converting. And you're going to be thinking that you're doing something wrong. You may not be, right? You may just be, the ads and the algorithm may be optimizing, and you're a couple of days away from boom, breakthrough, and then you're off. But if you don't have that budget to do that testing and to gather that data and to mature the pixel and do all these things that you need to do, right? You're not gonna be able to stick it out, and you're not gonna be able to test to the degree that you need to. And that's what really ties in. It's what ties this into the last one, which is the mindset, which is that you've got to be prepared to spend and lose money to find winning ads, right? Anyone that tells you that every ad that they launch is a hit, they're full of shit. Even the big guys, even the guys that have been doing it for ages and ages and ages and ages, they all openly say, look, we repeatedly have losers. The good thing is that when you're at that level, the winners will more than pay for the losers. Okay, but that's a very unique mindset to adapt, or to adopt rather, is that I need to be okay with losing money. And the reality is, either beginners or people that haven't cracked this internet marketing thing and have the results yet, they typically do not have these three things. They don't have the skills, they don't have the budget, and they're not in the right mindset to run paid traffic. Okay, this is based on my experience working with hundreds of people. So free, and you might want to call that /organic, in my opinion, is the best place to start. Okay, organic. This allows you to improve your copy skills. This allows you to build an audience, so you can improve your copy skills, you can build up your audience, you can work on your sales skills, you can work on your mindset, and you can do all of these things and start generating sales without the stress and the worry of that cash going out the door every day without money coming back in. Okay, and this is going to put you in a very, very different position on a day-to-day basis. You're not going to be freaking out. You're not going to be stressing out about money going out. Sure, the sales may not come in as fast as if you come in with paid and you hit the lights out, and you shoot the lights out rather, and you have sales start coming in, which rarely to never happens anyway. But if you wanted to do a direct comparison, sure, this will take longer, but you will build up momentum, and you can learn and improve on all of these things without sitting there kind of stressing and watching cash go out the door. Building up a free /organic platform, I think, is the best place for beginners to start. Right now, once you've done that, you've got a couple of things. You've got this built up, which means that if you then decide to roll into paid, and you are going to face those issues that we spoke about, ad accounts getting shut down, ads not getting improved, all those kind of things, you've got this solid foundation built up to lean back on. So when things aren't going amazing with this, you've got this powerful asset that you can keep contributing to, you can build up the goodwill, you can monetize, right? The other thing you can do is you can take this platform and you can stack another one on top of it. So you could take an audience from Facebook, and this is what I do a lot of, and you can bring them over to YouTube, or you could take YouTube and you can put them on an email list, all right? Or you could take YouTube and you can take them over to Facebook into a Facebook group, or you could do Facebook into an email list, or you could do email over to whatever, right? Like wherever your asset is that you've built up. Same, and blogs go into this network of things as well. Instagram can as well, and you can move these platforms around, okay? Because you've got this asset built up. Now, what's even cooler is you start to stack these channels, and then you start to bring into the power of paid advertising on top of this. And I've got another video on my channel about a funnel that we put together and ran that worked really well, that pushed people from a Facebook ad into ManyChat. So now I could talk to them, my team could talk to them on Messenger, into a group. And then when they join the group, they get asked some questions. I think the email was in here somewhere too, or if not in there, when they join the group, they give me their email. I tell them to subscribe to YouTube. So now they're from one ad. So we're talking about paid here, but we're using paid to grow these platforms, right? You've got ManyChat, you've got email, you've got Facebook group, you've got YouTube. You're using these paid strategies to grow these organic platforms that you started with. Okay, so look, there's a million ways you can take this, but for those reasons that I described here and here, I think this is the best place for beginners to start. You can choose to take that advice or to ignore it. That's just based on my years of experience doing this and working with a lot of people. This is the best place to start. Then from there, you can stack the other channels, or you can put some fuel on the fire, so to speak, with paid ads. And we give you a path to do that in this Super Affiliate Accelerator as well, if you are interested in that. Now, we might need a new one here. How do I do that? That's up here. Now, the third and final one, is around something that Mr. Russell Brunson has very, very effectively marketed. And that's that you have to use a complex funnel when you are driving traffic. Okay, now look, funnels are amazing. Don't get me wrong. I'm a dream car winner. You can see the ClickFunnels award sitting over there. I use ClickFunnels. I love funnels, all those kind of things. But people have gone a little bit funnel crazy, right? It's funnel this, funnel that. This is not an entire business, okay? This is one piece. So when I think about an online business, I think about it in three parts. You've got the offer, and then you've got the funnel. And the funnel in this case is really a conversion strategy. In my eyes, that's how I think about a funnel, not like necessarily like a landing page or a click funnel, so to speak. And then you've got your traffic, all right? Now, this is traffic / audience. And the traffic and audience fuels the funnel / conversion process, and these people buy the offer, right? And then the cash comes out. People have gone a little bit crazy with these funnels, and they start / get stuck here, or both, right? They have no idea how or where the traffic's going to come from and don't really want to think about it. They don't even know in some cases what they're going to sell or how to craft an offer, which I'm not quite sure how you build a funnel if you don't know what you're going to sell, but people try and do it. And they spend all the time here, right? They spend the time on 16 different follow-up methods and the design and the graphics and the videos and all of the fancy copy and all of these kind of things, right? Thinking that that's going to lead to the cash. When you can do all this without a complex funnel. You can do it with a complex funnel as well, but you don't have to have these crazy complex funnels that a lot of people believe you have to have, right? Which is why this is the third myth. You can do very, 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 very well if your conversion system is just a checkout page, right? You have a conversation with someone, you ask them a couple of questions. Again, I've done videos on this channel about what questions to ask people. Would you like to buy this thing? Yep. Here's my checkout page. Done. It does not need to be a funnel that has 18 different steps, 14 follow-up sequences, 16 pixels for retargeting, all this crazy stuff. You just do not need it, okay? Right? Again, this you could take it one step further and it could be just a simple sales page, right? Like you can see below this video. there's a sales page for the Super Affiliate Accelerator. Sells a high ticket product without a 2-hour-long webinar or without all of this crazy stuff, right? You can really simplify down what people call a funnel, what I would probably just call a conversion strategy. And it can still be very, very effective. Now, as you progress, as you get more sophisticated, as you build out your business and your own offers, or you're doing a ton of different affiliate things, or whatever it is that you're doing, you can make this as complex as you want. But the thing is, when you're getting started, as with these other things that we spoke about here, you want to keep it simple and you want to keep it focused, right? And you want to do what makes logical sense. You want to focus in on one traffic platform / audience building platform. You can arrive at your own conclusions on this argument here. To me, and from my experience, this makes sense as a starting point. Keeps it simple, gets you in the right headspace. You can learn all these things. And then the funnel conversion element of it, keeping it simple is the way to go when you're getting started, right? You don't need to build all these fancy things, because chances are your copy's not going to be that good, your videos aren't going to be that good, your offer's probably not going to be that good, and you're not going to be able to drive that much traffic. So a fancy funnel is just going to sit there and it's probably going to flop anyway. So there's no point literally spending the next 3 months building this funnel. You simply do not need it. I've got another video on this channel where I show an example of a Facebook post that sells an affiliate product directly from it. Like there's so many examples of this stuff where you just do not need these crazy fancy funnels. I mean, well done to Russell on getting the industry to think that way, or at least getting a big chunk of the industry to think that way, because obviously that's been amazing. And as I said, I use his software and I've promoted his software heavily, but the general thought pattern that this funnel thing has to be super complex is so unnecessary when you're driving traffic. Okay, so you do not have to send your traffic, just to bring this back to the original concept, you do not have to drive your traffic to a complex funnel. It can be very, very simple. It just has to match up to the platform, right? And that's a topic for another day. So there you have it. 3 big myths around driving traffic. There's no secret traffic sources. Don't get sucked into the whole paid versus free, which one's better. Use what fits you, use what fits your situation. Take my advice on if you want to, if you're just getting started or you're struggling to get results. That's the best way that I think to approach it. And don't get stuck building complex funnels, because it's not necessary. Keep it simple. It'll serve you really, really well. If you want to bring all this together and you want to start cranking out high ticket affiliate sales, you can even plug into the funnels that we've created that work really well, and we can close sales for you if that's what you want to get into. Check out the Super Affiliate Accelerator. There's a couple of links below. 1, if you're ready to jump in, you can do that. Or 2, you can watch a longer case study and even book a call with my team. We can answer any questions and see if it's the right fit for you. Either way, be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you all soon. Cheers.